a conversation with John Danaher about confidence in Jiu-Jitsu. So guys, John was here this week filming more instructional videos for BJJ Fanatics with us. And I had a very interesting conversation with him that I want to share here with you guys because I think it's going to help you guys a lot. So I was telling John, in my whole career, I was always way more focused on gi than no gi. So I had a lot more confidence with gi than no gi. I did pretty good in no gi as well. I won some big tournaments. I won like Brazilian Nationals no gi as a black belt. I won the Europeans. I won some super fights. I won some stuff, you know, like, but not as much as with gi. With gi, I won like several Pan Ams. I won double gold in the worlds as a black belt. I won 5 world titles as a black belt. So my career was more focused on gi than no gi, even though I do both too. I trained in Marcelo's for many years. Over there was 50-50 gi and no gi. So, but anyways, but I was telling John about how when I would go compete with gi, I had the whole roadmap in my mind about how I would start the match and do this, and this, and get the submission in the end. And I had several paths in my mind to get there, you know, like for example, I'm gonna pull half guard, I'm gonna sweep, I'm gonna do the over-under pass, I'm gonna get the side control, I'm gonna try the scarf choke. If the scarf choke fails, I'm gonna go for the triangle from side control. If that fails, I'm gonna go to the mount. And in the mount, I'm gonna try the katagatame. Or if my opponent pulls guard, I'm gonna go for the over-under pass, I'm gonna try the knee bar from the over-under. If knee bar doesn't work, I'm gonna keep trying to pass, and I'm gonna get a side control, I'm gonna try the scarf choke. Or maybe I'm gonna try a double leg. If works great, I go for the over-under. If it doesn't, I pull half. Anyways, I had this whole roadmap in my mind about how I'm going to start the match, different scenarios that can happen, how I'm going to either pass the guard or sweep, how I'm going to try to submit from the over-under pass with knee bar or from side control or from mounts and this and that. And when I would go compete in no gi, that was not super clear in my mind, you know, like in my mind was more like, man, I'm going to scramble with this guy for 10 minutes and I hope I win the end by points or somehow I get a submission. So the roadmap was not super clear in my mind. And then John, you guys know him, right? And he was very quiet and and then he was like, Bernardo, have you noticed how the difference on the confidence is the difference of knowledge? And then I was the one who got quiet for a few seconds and I was like, yeah, this is true. This is very true because I do have a lot more knowledge with gi than no gi. Not that I don't have knowledge with no gi. I feel myself very confident with the jiu-jitsu that I know no gi as well. But I'm more focused on gi. My entire career I did better with gi than no gi. So I was like, John, you were right. You were right. Like this difference on confidence between gi and no gi in my mind, it's all towards knowledge. With gi, I had the knowledge in my mind of how I would go from the beginning of the match until the submission with all the variables that can happen in between. No gi, I had less knowledge, and in my mind was more like we're gonna scramble and I hope I get a good position, I hope I get a side control somehow or the over-under, but it gets a sleeper, it's hard to execute the over-under, I might need to switch to body lock pass or something like that. So when John said that, the difference in confidence is the difference of knowledge, that got super clear in my mind about how I had more knowledge with gi than no gi. And I think this is the big lesson of this video, like knowledge brings confidence. And this is like, this whole story to share this with you guys, knowledge brings confidence. And this whole roadmap that I shared here that I had with gi, at the end of the day, it's knowledge. So just want to share this with you guys because I had this talk with John this week and John, you know, like very quiet, and then he very like low voice, he was like, Bernardo, have you noticed how the difference on confidence that you had is also the difference of knowledge that you had from gi to no gi? That was like, I was like, John, you are 100% right, and thanks for acknowledging that, because it is true. And again, I have a great knowledge for no-gi as well. I have great moves. I understand the fundamentals, I understand the advanced positions and that. But I think with gi, I was like another level. You know, like I had the open class world champion confidence and knowledge. You know, like this is what I have to do. If these scenarios happens, I'm gonna do this. If those scenario happens, I'm gonna do that. If those scenarios happens, I'm gonna do this. And this was mind-blowing. That this little talk I had with John, that was like 30 seconds, made me reflect a lot on this such a fascinating subjects in jiu-jitsu, like knowledge and confidence, they're together. And in my opinion, of course, there's more than that as well for confidence. Like if you have a ton of knowledge, but you're not training for the last 3 months, your conditioning probably sucks and you're not going to have the confidence. Or maybe if your mind is not in the right spot. So I think it's knowledge, mental aspects, and conditioning, but definitely knowledge might be the biggest and most important one. And I think this video summarizes why. You can see like how with gi I had a whole roadmap with all the variables that can happen. And in no gi, I was more like, I hope one of my moves is gonna work, we're gonna scramble, I might win by an advantage, or I might score somehow. I didn't have that clear path in my mind about how I would go from starting the match until the submission with all variables that could happen, and etc, etc, etc. Guys, just wanted to share this with you guys because this was such a fascinating conversation I had with John. And in my opinion, one of the coolest things about BJJ Fanatics, it's those behind the scenes talks that we have, you know, like we're filming for the whole day, and every break we're always talking about jiu-jitsu, talking about tournaments, talking about mindset, and it's fascinating. So wanted to share this with you guys. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure to do it. I'm really trying here to bring the very best content to you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you in the next video. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTube Faria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.